Hey, what's happening everybody? Paul Ingram here with Kali Center. In today's training, we're taking a look at 5 top techniques on the Kali stick, Eskrima stick, ARNIS stick. Smash that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment below. Share this training with all your friends. Let's get everybody train Kali, and let's get right on in to the training. For today's training, we're taking a look at 5 of the top Kali stick fighting techniques. Kicking off, number 1, this is our very basic slash right here. We're going to talk about a fluid slash, or some styles will call this a loptic. And what that means is it's a fluid energy. So it's going from one side of the body, traveling through the center line, and ending on the opposite side of the body. Same thing from the backhand side. It travels through the center line, ending back on the forehand side. So our loptic, or fluid slash, we have our 1 and we have our 2 right here. Let's keep it nice and basic. 1, 2, 1, 2. Technique number 2 is our broken slash, also known as our hack. Some styles will call this a wittick, which broken strikes means that it starts, say, from a forehand position, we hit to the center line, and then it returns to the original side of the body. That doesn't always mean that it's going to go from an angle 1 and then return to an angle 1. That might go angle 1 and then return to a 3, but it's going to hit to the center line and then return to the same side of the body. So let's kind of just work out a couple of our broken strikes on our basic angle 1 and our angle 2. Also what we refer to here at Kali Center as the hack. We can go ahead and start putting together our fluid slashes with our broken hacks, and we could already start building some skills just with these first 2 techniques. We have a drill that's called carenza. This is the shadow boxing or the free flow with a weapon. I like thinking of the carenza drill kind of like the ball handling drills, like to a basketball player. Same exact type of idea here in the world of Kali. We want to really start enhancing the handling skills of our weaponry. Let's take an example look at some basic carenza using the first 2 techniques right now in this video. Technique number 3, this is the thrust. Now we have 3 basic thrusts. We have the center line thrust that's coming right up the center line. This could be attacking anywhere from the groin to the abdomen into even kind of like the heart area, mid lungs, plexus, neck, face, anywhere on the center line of the opponent. So that's thrust number 1 right there. Thrust number 2 is our backhand thrust from the palm up position right here. Boom, right there. And again, this could be attacking into the knee, the thigh, the hip, into the liver, into the lungs, the armpit, the neck, side of the face, the eye, anything like that. Thrust number 3 is the forehand thrust, or the palm down position right here. Same exact targets. Again, we can kind of strike low into the hip there, right into the spleen or stomach there, into the ribs, into the armpit, into the neck, into the side of the face, or right into the eye. So we got 3 basic thrusts. We have the center line thrust, we have the backhand thrust, and we have the forehand thrust. Now, just like we talked about the energies before with the slashes, we can also start mixing up the energies with the thrusts. So we can go into the broken thrust, which is kind of more like a jabbing type of thrust, or we can go fluid all the way through just like that, where we're really gaining a lot of speed, a lot of power, but we're clearing a lot more distance, especially when it comes into our attacks. We're being more offensive with our thrusts. Number 4, the watiques, or also known as the abanicos. Some styles call this an abanico, some systems call it a watique. In Kali and Filipino martial arts, there's a lot of different terminologies that are kind of explaining or talking about the same tactic, the same techniques. There's a lot of different dialects all through the Philippine Islands. So that's why there's a lot of different words that are used really to describe the same thing. So on our abanicos, abanico means fan, watique means flick. You know, either one works really, really good for this particular tactic and technique. Now, when it comes to this particular movement here, this what I would say is kind of starting to kick into the more advanced type of stick fighting, sword fighting manipulations. Here we have our 1, our number 2, and our number 3 watiques right there, which is a 1 and 2 are those horizontals. You can also perform these on the low line as well. So you can come high with the 1 and 2 watiques or abanicos, and we can come low on those 1 and 2 abanicos as well. And the number 3 is this vertical strike right here. And we also have number 4, which is a quick whipping one, and this can travel high, this can travel low as well. The watiques have varying targets. They can target the hand of the opponent. Okay, they can target the head, eyes, temple, neck area of the opponent. They could target the collarbone. They could even target all the way down into the knee. It doesn't look like much because it's only like half or sometimes even like quarter of a strike that we would most likely consider a powerful strike, but the watique has so much torque on it, especially when the technique is developed, that it actually can do a whole lot of damage. You'd be really surprised. You can break the little bones in the hand actually pretty easily, especially like as someone's coming up this number 3 and you drop that vertical watique right on that opening hand right there. Man, that causes a lot of pain. And even right here, when you're starting to hit right around the temples, the eyes, even the jawline and into the face area, it can really start causing a lot of damage. So it doesn't look like it's much, but there's a lot of speed on the tip of that stick. The 5th popular, awesome technique of Kali that I'm going to be covering right now is one of my personal favorites, the Florete. The Florete, I would definitely say, is one of the more advanced tactics and techniques. It takes a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of skill of actually applying it, and then knowing why you would actually apply a Florete and where you would tactically apply one. But as far as the technique goes, it's not super complicated once you kind of get it, but the watiques really help to start developing that wrist mobility that we need, that wrist flexibility for the Florete. When it comes to the Florete, you're actually going into a back of the stick strike right here, which comes from the blade. There's a top edge right there on our blade, which I'll show you here in a minute. And you would be striking with that top edge, following up with that main edge right there. And then same thing on that number 2. These could all be done on all the different angles, even on the horizontal strikes and all that as well. Okay, so all of these strikes have the variations on all the different angles of strikes. The diagonals, the horizontals, and the verticals. In Kali stick fighting, all of these tactics and techniques all derive off of the blade, off of that short bolo, just like this. We have the main edge right here, and then on the back, this is a trainer, so this is blunt, but you can see that there would be a top edge right here that would also be sharp. So all these strikes that you see in the Kali stick fighting, they actually derive, at least what we do here at Kali Center, they derive off of the blade. So just to kind of recap, we have a number one technique. We have our fluid slashes, our cuts, that go all the way through. And there's also variations and different types of manipulations of each one of these slashes, right? We could do a full slash here off the shoulder, and we can slash kind of more off of the elbow. So there's different manipulations and variations of each one of these different types of techniques. Number two is those hacks, or those broken slashes, where we hit to the center line and retract right here. Bop. Okay, obviously we can do the same thing on all of these angles right here, even on those horizontals and on the verticals. Once again, we have those thrusts, and we can go broken with those thrusts, or we can go fluid with those thrusts. So the nice thing about having that top edge is that, you know, if for some reason the person's trying to free their weapon and get it around, now you can kind of sneak in one last little cut on the way back, and you might be able to get a nice cut on their hand or something like that. If they try to kind of duck and bob and weave, you can then use the back edge with a little manipulation and still get a nice, what we call a defensive slash, or a returning cut. Number four was those watiques. Powerful, powerful watiques. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the watiques from the blade, we are either, number one, hitting with that top edge right there. So we're turning this over, boom, right there, and we're using that top edge to smash that hand or cut open that hand or whatever the target is. There are also times that we're using the flat end way up here at the tip. I'll be doing some videos in the near future this year where I'm going to be hitting some objects so you guys can really see the kind of damage that these watiques can really do, plus all these other tactics and techniques. So stay tuned for those videos. And of course, number 5, we got that Florete. We're coming over the top. We're hitting with that back edge right there, following it up with the main edge. Back edge to main edge right here. Boom, boom. Pow, 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 pow. Practice each one of these 5 techniques individually. Spend time with each one, master each one, and then start blending them all together into that Carenza free flow type of drill, type of training. We want to get to the fluidity that is very important in the art of Kali, and that is really developed through the training method of Carenza, where we're learning how to seamlessly transition from technique to technique, or from tactic to tactic. If you've been following along, training with me for a while here on the YouTube channel, and you're not subscribed yet, do me a favor, click that subscribe button for me real quick. Smash that thumbs up button for today's training. Leave me a cool comment below. I always love reading your guys' comments. Also, let me know in the comments, what would you like to see in 2021 here on our channel? Make sure to go check out our new channel, Kali Apex. I'll put the link in the description and up here and at the end of the video and all over the place. Make sure to go check out our Kali Apex channel and subscribe to that channel, because we're putting a lot of other cool featured videos right up over there. All right, grab your gear, grab your stick, grab your training bolo, whatever you're training with today. Head outside, let nature be your Kali dojo, and go get some training in. And I'll catch you back here next time for some more Kali fun.